What do you mean? Are we live? Yes, we are live. Yes, we are live. Let's see how this one works. Perfect. So for the live video, I'm gonna try this one first. So I got this machine of eBay. I don't know the name of it. I can check it out. It's like a cheap one. I think it was $200. I don't mind it. Let me put the volume down. I work with it on skin. It's okay. Like literally, I worked with it 3 times. Yep. There you go. That's the set of the needle. Let's see how this one works. Let's see. So what I'm gonna do right now, pretty much, I'm gonna do start working from here. So as you can see, this is super micro. On the outside, let's see how this one works. So I'm gonna start straight with black. This face skin is not the best, man, but I'm just gonna try to warm up. So far, not the best, but we're gonna get it. 1 second. Let's see. So pretty much I got this machine for this micro stuff, which you can see is working nice. Again. So right now I'm warming up because I wanna do this one on my body. And I wanna do a live video. So far I'm not taking too much serious on this. I just wanna see how the machine works. The speed, try to figure out the speed. Now I'm working on 6.5 with this machine. Now I have another machine I'm gonna try in a second. That one runs on 9. So right now, don't be harsh on me. I'm just trying to figure out this. Like warming up, then I'm gonna go to a better one soon. But I'm just mapping it out pretty much. After I come back from Vegas, I need to start back in the warming up on all this stuff. So this is pretty simple. I'm just kind of go straight with black. Now the thing with these needles, man, I just purchased the other day. I think this is the 2nd or 3rd time I work with them. Well, it's one needle, by the way. I'm using one needle. I can give you the info in a second if anybody's curious about it. But we shall see. There you go. Well, that's supposed to come here. You see? Again, the stencil is pretty shit on this. This face skin is, I mean, it's good for this kind of practice, but it's not the best face skin ever. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna kind of map it out, see what's going on, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna come back at it and clean it up. So I'm gonna try from now on to do like 2-3 live videos. Every week. As a warm-up. I'm gonna try different needles soon. I mean, I like it. It's probably I need to bend it a little bit. I show you guys how to do it if it doesn't, the flow is not right. I mean, on this one, so far the flow is okay. I haven't done anything with it yet. The stencil is horrible, and that's the problem with that's the problem with the face skin. Unfortunately, let's see. We got to that one. We'll get to that one. We're gonna clean it up. But bear with me, bear with me. Just want to make sure we get this thing. I can't even see what it is. Okay, here we go. I think it's kind of like this. I don't even know what I want to do all this kind of small stuff, but we'll figure out soon. There's different ways to do this. I'm just scratching it, and then I'm gonna clean it up, because I mean pretty much this is only to kind of what the heck, I can't even see what's going on here. Okay, here we are. Horrible, horrible, horrible stuff. And I want to go live on this. We're done, Chris. But it's fun, they say. It's fun, they say. I'll show how to clean this one up. Damn ink. So that's the problem with these needles, man. They don't hold much ink, unfortunately. But we're gonna make it happen. That's horrible. By the way. Okay. I think after all the alright, where's the teeth? Teeth like this. Holy Christ. This stencil is horrible, man. Kind of bleed out, as you can see. But it's okay. We're having fun for now. We're having fun, my friends. Having fun is fun. And I think that's the whole point with live videos. I used to do them like a few years ago. I kind of stopped, but I'm gonna be back in. It's good for my brain. It's good for this year resolution. To do as many videos, live videos I can. Work on a project. Alright, that's matte. Now let's do this one light. This one light. So I just kind of show different styles of doing this. Right now I kind of like, you see the mapping stuff. And we see how fast we do this. How perfect it's gonna be, that's another question. Perfection is not something that's gonna happen right now, right here. But we can still save the day, they say. Hello everyone. Anyone who's watching, hello, hello, hello. Or good evening and Happy New Year, I guess. So, this is my logo. And I was asked once, actually a few times, why do I have a communist? As you can see, the communist logo there. Well, that's pretty much because I grew up in Romania under the communist regime, in a horrible, horrible place. And all said, because of that, I can't not tell people that actually that's part of my life. And I'm not ashamed of it. Being grown up in communism without me wanting to grow up there, I guess, doesn't make me a communist. And that doesn't mean that I don't know the suffering I went through and the whole drama. So that's why I decided to put my logo that thing. Every time I look back, to see where I'm coming from, to see what I've been through, to see all the stuff I've done in my life to get here. And nothing wrong with that. No, I don't agree with communism, man. But it is life, I guess. But it's gonna look cool though. Let's see. Alright, that's kind of done. Hold on a second, let's see this. And they're gonna clean it up, which is not gonna be the nicest, but we're all gonna know that that's what means warming up. Look at this. Alright. Let's zoom in. So, let me finish the shading here. Actually, hold on a second. Let me play with the needle. So you see the needle kind of goes up in the opposite direction due to the function of this, which is wrong. So usually what I do, I'm gonna bend it back a little bit here. Oh no, where am I? Here. Sorry. Okay, now it's gonna run better, I guess. Let's see the flow on this. Come on, you prick. Okay, here we are. Let's see the flow on this one now. Hold on a second. You see the flow is better, man. Look at this flow. So I need a little bit of a bend, like to bend the needle. Now it runs perfect. I don't know if anybody can see it. It runs nice and smooth. So let's go back to the finish with the light shading here. And I'm gonna use another needle. So this brand of the needle it's just new. I mean, I just used it the other day. I just bought them, and I try to figure out what's like right now. You see, it's running nice. Like it's consistent, more consistent than before. So it needed just a little bit of to bend the needle for a second. Oh, if I have a favorite memory from my childhood. Hi, Apocalypse. Shit. I mean, probably I do have memories. I mean, obviously, the favorite memories is the freedom of climbing the trees and doing stupid things, man. But that was only until 10 o'clock, because after 10 o'clock you are pretty much not allowed to leave home, you are not allowed to be on the streets, and you get in trouble. It was more or less like a military state, I should say, in one way, and that kind of sucks. And yeah, going fishing, probably in the summer spent at my grandmother's, running on the fields, minding the cows, stupid stuff like that, which right now is not so popular, man. That kind of stuff is not so popular. I mean, don't get me wrong, that probably was better than just being in the middle of in a city where you were always asked, where are you doing, where are you coming, and so on. So my grandmother lived in the middle of nowhere, like literally one house in the middle of nowhere, and it takes you about 2-3 hours to see the first house, like. So that kind of memories are good looking back now. But yeah, pretty much. Really happy memories? Yeah. No, man, I kind of try to forget all this. But it did force me to look at life differently, though, you know, like don't take shit for granted and enjoy life, because life is so precious and it's so short. And probably that one teach me to don't complain too much about stuff around me anymore, because there's a lot of bad things in this world, man. I hope I answered your question in a good way. I think the volume is good too. Alright, let's see. So this one I'm just warming up. I'm kind of trying to get back into doing live videos, and then I'm gonna pretty much do videos on request, like tattoos on request and stuff like that. Yeah, this fake skin, it's not the best, I guess. Like, I don't know if any one of you work with a pound of flesh. 1 second, I show right now. 1 second. Okay. So this is a pound of flesh. I tattooed this one like probably, oh, like nearly 7 years ago. So this kind of material is phenomenal, man. Like this is something, this material, hold on, I'll show you something. Yo, this one just leaves nice. This one reacts nice, man. It's like a real, like basically it's like a real skin, right? Look how clean this stuff is. So this is, you can't do something like this on this skin. I mean, this is like just horrible, but it's good for this kind of stuff though. Alright, back to the thing. That's how they look color. Like something like this in colors, that's how they look. Like it holds nice, it holds nice. Now those bad boys, those things I don't, this kind of stuff, if you can see them. So I'm not saying it doesn't, one second, I'm not saying it doesn't work. Let me see, hold on, let me clean it up to show you. So, I don't even know if I post this thing up. I think I posted, I'm not sure. Because I think I post all my, so this is kind of trying the skin. As you can see, man, they do, I mean, again, kind of does the job for stuff like this. It's still scratchy. Comparing with the other one, you can't really blend. Now I'm talking about this face skin. Let me see. Here we are. Yeah, I mean it can do a good job, I guess. Oh, how many micro I'm tattooed on one person? I don't know, man. Like on a client, probably 4, 5, 6 on one client. No, I think I done like about 10 on one client. The stroke on this, I think is 3.2. I'm thinking. I don't really know much about this machine. I don't know what's about it. Like right now, I'm running on 6.5 volts. As you can see, it runs nice. I can't complain about it, but let me show you something else. After I finish with this, I mean, I like it, don't get me wrong. Like now that I fixed the needle, you see it runs really nice comparing with before. Like it holds the flow. So everything, I just needed to bend it a little bit, right? And here we are. So this is like gray shading. My shading, I'm using a Victor Portugal series from Radiant. So this is like number 4 shading, which is basically the lightest, yeah. On the skin, now again, that's the difference with face skin. Face skin not necessarily always, at least this face skin, not really represents that kind of a shading you want, because this one, don't forget the body, like this one will be very light, but I know it's gonna stay like that because it doesn't change. So that's the difference between face skin in general. It doesn't change from what you tattoo to what your body does to the ink, right? So if I tattoo this kind of super light, it'll be way too light. Over time, it just lightens up to a point that, I mean, it's super light, right? So this is the number 4, but for what I need right now here, it's perfect. And it's all about, pretty much now I have to warm up my hand, and only because I haven't tattooed in a while. When I'm saying a while, like I think few days. I've been to Vegas, I've been partying too much, and it's a good way to just warm up, you know. Usually I do some sketches, I paint or something, but it's always good to warm up. I mean, it's not like I really need it. If I focus, I can do it right, but I don't want to focus, because otherwise it wouldn't be fun. Right now it's all about fun. It's all about starting doing a live video, see how it reacts, how it's. There you go. Alright, we go back to that. Horrible. Sorry, okay, hold on a second, let me read more. What stroke are you using? Like, Again, yeah, talking about stroke. I don't know. I don't really know. Like I don't really pay attention to strokes, man. I don't know. Like even the voltage, I don't really never pay attention. I mean, this one has a voltage. It tells me what it is. Let's stop it for 1 second. But then I'm coming to this, right? So this is a, this machine is a, what's the name of it? Stylus. He doesn't do these pens anymore, but, so on this one, I have this portable battery. So with this one, it doesn't, see like right now it's on 8, right? 8, I think it's equivalent of 12 volts, or now it's on 7. So it's like, right now it's on 7. So let me say I can go lower, 6. So I think on like 8 will be equivalent to 12 volts. If I put on the other machine on 12 volts, it's gonna explode. So this one is, it's just weird engine, like machine, like it runs on 12 volts basically. But right now I'm guessing on this one I'm running on 6, so that's like probably 9 volts on this one right now. I should say, right? Because again, I have no idea. Now right now it's too slow. You see you see? Look. It's too slow. So to make a really nice line, I'll have to make it faster. So I have a consistent line, right? Even faster. With the other one, probably runs the same on 6 volts. But that's because the motor on this, whatever it is. Now again, don't get me wrong, I love this machine. Actually, I really, really love this machine. I have a set of those bad boys. I have three custom made. As I'm saying custom, one is no give, the other one is a little bit of a give, and the third one is has a lot of give. When I say that, I use them in different ways, but for the micro, like I like this one, and what's about it is very, very precise. Like I don't know if you can see the needles, guys. Let me see. But it's super, super clean. Like the line is super clean, right? Which the other one doesn't rattle the needle inside. It's just the way it's designed. As far as I know, I don't think so he makes them anymore, because I remember I sent him this one to recalibrate it and rechange the motor, I think. And then he told me that he doesn't do them anymore, but they're gonna do it for me, whatever it is. So, but then again, I may be talking shit. I remember somebody tried to buy one. They went online and they said they didn't find it and asked me to sell it, and I said I'm not gonna sell it and so on. But anyway, anyway. Yeah, right now after I fixed the needle, it looks like the flow is way, way, way nicer. Hold on. Longer type. Hold on a second. Hold on. Look how much the needle is out. Can anybody see it? Can you guys see it? Hold on. Let me see if I put against the white paper here. Does anybody see how much my needle is out? Yeah. If that was the question somehow. Let's go back here. So yeah, somehow like my other thing to read the texture on the other side, and I start to kind of turn around to see it. Anyway, so this kind of practice, I always tell people, practicing on face skin is good. You kind of get the speed, you get to know your machine. And again, it's never gonna be the same like a skin. Skin reacts different, and you have to understand skin heals different. Skin it takes different. Like like over here, I can play over and over and over and over and over and over, and it's still gonna do the same. On the skin, you can't really do that. You're gonna damage it, right? So that's the fun part about it. Like I can learn about, you know, like movements. Because the technique will be the same on the skin, right? The way to shade, I mean, you can just come here and different type of shading techniques, how to block it in, and so on, so on. That's why the fake skin is good. And I even have those days, man. I enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy doing that, and I don't really care about again. For this, I don't really care about like how perfect it is right now, because it's not about that. When you warm up about something, don't worry about it. It's like painting, right? You just kind of move around. You just need to kind of get it right for now. And then we go to the next one, and then we make it perfect, because the whole point of this is I want to tattoo it on my skin. And again, this size is pretty small. I mean, I can tattoo it way smaller than this, but I think I'm gonna go with this size. Yeah, that's my logo. So even the way I scratch it, as you can see closer, there you go. It looks very scratched, I guess. Yeah, against the white is visible. Hold on a second, guys. If it's really, hold on, 1 second. There you go. That's some tattoos I done on me. 1 second, let me stop this. So this is the micro tattoo I done, right? As you can see, this is healed. There you go. That's healed. Long heel now. That's healed. That's healed. And I'm healing those now. Like the super. I mean, they're pretty much healed, I guess. I have a second skin on it. That's a rose I done with a dot. Like I have a, you know, with one needle. I used a shed white in there, as you can see it went yellow, but it's okay. Now, I have those bad boys here. I'm working on them, and they're gonna be live. I'm gonna do like the whites to show. This is another bad boy here. Blah, 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 blah. Hold on, let me zoom in. That's healed. I don't know if you guys can see it. So yeah, that's kind of the micro, how they look. Again, this is something new for the community, and I guess a lot of people don't trust this thing, which it's cool. That's why we're here to learn and to see. I start doing a lot more micro on myself, only to see the healing process. I have my fingers tattooed by me. They heal phenomenal, and probably that's why people start getting more finger tattoos from me, I guess, because they see how they heal and how they last. And most of my clients, they get one and they always come back, or their friends. So that means it's working. And I see them after years and they look phenomenal. So alright. So the other thing with this, you can't really wash it off with water. So you have to kind of use the Vaseline, see, like this, the petroleum, to clean it. That's the way to clean the fake skin. That's another thing I kind of figured out. Anyway. Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah, the crown looks phenomenal, man. I like it. I mean, I healed phenomenal, and that it looks super clean. And the white and black looks super clean and nice contrast between them. Pretty much the same like a big tattoo, man. It's the same thing. You just use smaller needles, so you puncture less area. So pretty much it's the same thing. And they do states. I mean, I'm using one liner, and of course, that's why I can do small things. Now with a 3 liner, I wouldn't be able to do this. And again, don't forget, on the skin, the ink tends to spread more, to bleed over time. So that you have to take in consideration, right? The spacing in between. Like again, you do white to kind of don't let the black kind of spread out much. But even now, you see it's getting clean. It's getting super clean. So basically, this is able. What I'm saying is, even like it looks scratchy when I do it, and pretty much goes on the skin too. You can always go back as long as you don't go out the lines. Like, I mean, if I do this and just, you can't fix that. But here, I can go like this and it's a little bit crooked. Let's say, for instance, doesn't matter. I block it in, and you see by the end of this session, this is gonna look super clean. And the thing with the small tattoos, you can't rush it, man. I remember I have people, you want me to do them in 10 minutes? It's like, well, it's only because it's small, that doesn't mean it's 10 minutes, you know? Oh, but it's so small. It's like, yeah, but the error and the damage you can do, it's irreversible. And that's the problem with small thing. With a big body, you kind of, you know, do something around it, whatever it is. With this micro one, like something like this, if you don't have it right, you can't. I mean, it's done. If you like, it's done. So this one, you see the spacing, now that I cleaned up, it started looking better and better, right? And again, yeah, I like this machine. To tell you the truth, man, I like this machine better than the other one. But then again, this is a $500-600 machine. The other one is $200 with a battery. But I'm still good with it. I mean, I tried, I bought it from Amazon. I say if I don't like it, I'm gonna send it back. How it's gonna last and how consistent it is, I have no idea because I didn't really use it that much. I use it on a, if you go on my Instagram, I done a crown the other day. I used it on that crown. I think I used it like 2 or 3 times. No, I use it on myself too. I don't know which tattoo I done with that one. So yeah, using one liner, like I could use like right now a 3-liner or a to kind of fill in that block, but we are not rushing here and we are not going nowhere. Any more questions? All right. Thank you. Is anybody watching? Yep, 4 people watching. Yeah, so I'm trying to kind of start doing, somebody asked me if I can do a portrait of a bear, so I think I'm gonna start kind of start doing like more on demand kind of tattoos. I mean, I like to do anything, so I don't mind. Whatever I practice, I should say, is good for me. Again, this kind of practice is not skin-wise, like it's not on the skin, but because I have experience on the skin, I know what kind of shading to go to still pretend that it is skin. And as you can see, I'm kind of pinching the, are you zoom in enough? Look, that zoom in. So I'm just kind of scratching, right? I'm not going deep, I'm not going very deep, it's kind of like, you see? The distance of my needle. So that's how much the needle is out. And look how clean this looks already. All right. Let's see. Nice. Clean. Clean. Clear. Let's see the Anna. Jesus Christ, skin. All right. Let's go with the Anna. So now, so generally on the skin, if you wanna do something like this on the skin, again, you just can break down the skin, like to don't force the ink in. You kind of map it a little bit. Oh, I'll do the same on the skin, right? So I'll kind of prepare it like this, super light. Only to open the skin, and then you go back to it. So right now I'm kind of opening the skin, let's say. No, this skin. This skin is dead. Yep, as you can see, even regardless scratching or not, it's still or you can go like this. If you really want to go like this, you have a perfect line. But I don't like to do like one line. They don't last like that, man. You need to work them up and easy in. You can't just do like outline. If you go too deep and do an outline like this, it will spread out. It will bleed out. Sorry, spread out. It will bleed out. So you can't even do that, man, with micro tattoos. That's one thing I learned about micro tattoos. They're so tedious. It took me a while to learn all this. But I don't know what's more important, to have like a steady hand and kind of figure out how to really get it right in there, or literally the technique how to make it to last a long time. Clean. I mean, misconception of this kind of micro tattoos. People say, oh, how is it gonna look in 6 months? Well, I know it's gonna look in 6 months. But my problem is not 6 months. I think if you tattoo something to know how it looks in 6 months, that's just something very, very wrong. You should make sure you tattoo something to look good in years and years and years and years. So when you say that, you can't like you can't just do a heavy line and just block it in with a 3-liner, because that thing is gonna bleed out, man. Yeah, this stencil was neither. Yeah, the stencil wasn't the best. Well, I mean, it's a fake skin, so I don't. That's another thing with a fake skin. You can't really. No, with this one, I mean. Like it spreads out. Probably I need to learn how to. See, it kind of bleeds out. And for something like this, so perfect, you have to have super clean stencil, right? And you're gonna ask me for what I use for stencil machine. I use an Epson inject with a tattoo stencil. What do you call that? Indigo liquid, I guess. So you print the stencil straight up. Let me just stick it on. Let me see how it looks. A stencil. Here we are. That's how the stencil looks printed out, which is super clean on this one. But then when you stick it on the thing, it just spreads out. So that's on the skin, this will stay nice and clean. All right. Back to the fun. If I ever go to details and hold back, yes and no. The problem with that one is, like, pretty much every tattoo can be saved, right? And I always prepare everything in advance, so I know exactly what I'm doing. Now myself, I try all those stupid stuff, as you can see on the, like I showed all the eye with the weird like dots, and the skull I have, even the crown. I mean, but I always play with white in, so I know, for me it's a test, so I know exactly how to do and how it heals. But on a client, I wouldn't do that. Like, I wouldn't just go and experiment on a client. I mean, that's not. If it's a friend and he wants something experimental, it's like, oh, I don't care, whatever it is. And like I say, if I have to put some white around it to make it look clean, the client will be like, I don't care, whatever it is. Like, if it's a friend. Now, it's a real client that pays money. Then I go straight to the point. When I'm saying straight to the point, I don't fuck around. Like, I say, okay, what do you want? And that's how it is. And I tell the client it's too much, right? If it's something too much, I'm not gonna do it. And again, I've been asked a lot of kind of stuff, a lot of things to do, tattoos to do, that it just doesn't translate, you know. And again, I know how they're gonna heal. So, but talking about this, yeah, did you see that on my Instagram? Please go, you see the fingers I do. I mean, I do like animals on fingers, man. I do all on the like tiny finger. I do like tiny all, and I see now after years and years heal, and it looks phenomenal. So yeah, I don't know, but I know how they're gonna heal. You see, again, a finger, I know how much will brighten out, will lighten out, how much how much ink is gonna fall out, how much you have to go back in. Usually on a finger, like you put a shading number 2, let's say, like you see that number 4 I use here for this. If I put down on the finger, that's gonna disappear, because the finger is just a weird type of skin. If you go too deep, it bleeds out. Automatically the line bleeds out. If you go too low, too light, then it's gonna disappear. So for instance, that kind of shading I done here, that wouldn't stay. So I usually, for fingers, I use only between, so black 1 and number 2 shading. I'm not going to go lower than that, only because it's not gonna stay. And even black, man, even black, you still have to, kind of build it up. You can't just, again, you can't go with a line. If I do this on a finger, see that kind of line there? More likely, it's gonna bleed out. So even when I do a line, I still have to kind of, you see, like even here, if you really look closely, it did bleed out a little bit. Even on this thing, man, it's kind of, so what you do here, if I have to do a line, I will just kind of really pinch it like this. And now you have a nice black clean line without bleeding out. All right, so that's the kind of a trick. Let's say it's a trick, but I mean that's easy to talk until it has to be done. Now I'll go back here. So pretty much now I'm warming up my wrist. Yo, this is, there we are. I mean, right now I should get a 3-liner. With this easy, I can do a 3-liner to fill it up. But I'm not gonna do that because it's not fun. Here we are. See, it's getting cleaner and cleaner. Let's say the paint, it still looks, yeah, it looks horrible. Oh! Let's see this one. Now with the blocking in, you can do like circles, like this. Nice and consistent. But again, I don't like to do that, only because I prefer to open the skin. And then, usually when you go from here to there, let's say the skin is open, and then after 5 minutes you start kind of closing in, self-healing, and then you go back in, right? And when that skin is going to kind of self-heal and close in, it's gonna absorb the ink in. So in the beginning, when you start scratching the skin, it's gonna start bleeding. So pretty much to get something like this in is gonna be pushed out more than, than normal. So then when you start scratching it, you see like here, now it gets better and better and cleaner and cleaner. That's the same thing with the skin. So you just always can come back and clean up your tattoo. But the trick with this is you need to map it out because it's so easy to lose the stencil, man. And the problem again with this is you may be a good tattoo artist or whatever it is, the stencil is perfect. The client is gonna move. It's gonna have whatever part of the body. The more you do this, let's say if it's on a finger, the more you stretch it, the more that ink is gonna, the stencil is gonna stretch, it's close in, and you're gonna lose that really clean details. That's why you need to kind of map it out the way I have it here. And then you just go in, and then you can make it as clean and black as you want. And always suggest to have your client coming back for a touch-up, which you should be free, because you can't overdo it. You don't want the tattoo to bleed out, and that's unfixable. Fading out, that's the best part. That's the best thing can happen with the tattoo. When the tattoo is gonna fade out, you can always go back and just clean it like this. Now when it's bleed out, you can't. I mean, you can go with white around it and blah 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 and blah blah blah. So much work. Hold on, let me read some text. All right. Here we are. Yeah, so this year I'm planning to do a lot of these videos, man. It's for me, this year I have a nice project. It's gonna be 1 year on intense work. And I hope I can, every 2 days to post something up. I mean, it's a self-challenge, let's say. And let's see if I can keep up my ideas. Yeah, and a lot of tattoos on myself. This year I want to do so many tattoos on myself. I haven't been getting tattooed. I mean, I haven't been getting tattoos or self-tattooing like constantly for a while. I just get once in a blue moon, but I just don't get any younger, and I want to kind of get covered. So I think it's time to put myself to a test and just do it, Why would I do it myself to me? Alright. Yeah, so this machine is way better. Let me go back on the other one to see what's going on here. So the speed on this one, hold on, the speed on this one is 8. So I'm running this one at 12 volts. 12 volts, man. This is kind of machine is this. Hold on a second. Let's go back to the other one. So, hold on. Stop. Okay, so this one now. So let's say the same speed, it'll be equivalent here. Seven volts. So my feeling on my hand right now, compared to that one, it'll be 7 volts. So all these people ask me what voltage you use, and that's exactly the problem. Doesn't matter what voltage I use or you use, it's every machine is different. So yeah, this is be exactly half of it, only because there's different motor inside, right? So this runs on 7 volts, which the other one runs on 12. And I don't even want to go this one on 12. Again, when you do on the skin, if you go too fast, man, you cut the skin up. Like with one liner, it's so easy to cut the skin up, and it's not even fun. And depends parts of the body. Like if it, even on the finger, man, it's easy to cut the skin. You just kind of splits the skin up. I seen it happen. Kind of, I think it happened to me too. So we learn from that, and that's why practicing it's always good. Like right now, you see the way I'm just running the needle super light. Look at this. Yeah, now I like this machine, man. It's pretty balanced. Yeah, it's not bad for $200. I mean, how long it's gonna last? I have no idea, man. Consistency, I mean, it's, Jesus Christ, I think I use like 4 or 5 hours. I mean, I expect to be consistent. I do a sec. There you go. Look at this. Look how clean it looks. So that's how we roll. Let's say, 1 second. Let me see if this one works. Green soap. Yep, you see? Green soap doesn't work, man. Look, doesn't work. So this is green soap. It literally doesn't work. So that's why you use petroleum. And look at this. So that's the thing, the one trick with a fake skin, which it took me a while to understand how to clean it. It's like this. Not with water, not with bang. So it's not with water, it's only with petroleum. If anybody has any other suggestion or experience, please let me know, because I'm willing to try all these new things. Let's see. Perfect. Yeah, this, hold on. Let me try a new needle and I show the difference. So this needle is very, like the outside here is too small. So this brand, so this is the brand I'm using. I mean, it does the job, but then I'm using this brand, man. Hold on, where is my other needle? Here. This one, the Easy. So this bad boy now, this one has a nice flow. As you can see, it's way larger than the other one. When it comes to that, you'll see the flow now. The flow on this one is phenomenal. So pretty much, look, I'm gonna start from here. You see the consistent flow? And I haven't even bent it, man. Look how much ink comes out. And that's really, really, really important again. It's not only the what you can do. Look, I'm still running. That's how much ink. So the other one, it does the same, but doesn't let the ink going out. I'm working with petroleum. Don't forget, it sticks on the. What the fuck is that? 1 second. Hello. All right. I'm not home, but if you guys want to leave it in front of the door, that'll be amazing. If not, it's just tell them to bring it another day, I guess. Yeah, for sure, yeah. Yeah, for sure, yeah. You can leave it in front of the door. Super, thank you, sir. Much appreciated. I'm gonna let her know. Thank you. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Thank you. Cheers. Good night. Thank you. Alright. It looks like I got a package on my name. Anyway. So you see the difference of the needles as well? Like I really like these needles, man. The easy. Look how much flow. Look how nice cleaner this one does, right? I mean it's important. It's super important the needles is. And look how nice and clean it gets now. This is again is really, really important. Yeah, man. I like these needles, man. But I have to try the other ones. I mean, I always try new needles. Always I buy new types of needles to see which one is. So far, those are my favorites. Well, I'm kind of planning to make my own brand of needles the way I want them. Because I always have to teach all of them. For a reason, this one, I didn't have to do nothing. I didn't have to bend it. Usually I always have to figure out the flow. Like you have to bend around a little bit to bend them like I done with the other needle. Yeah, man, the flow on this is phenomenal. Look at this. Bang. Here we are. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You can see the strokes on this. So pretty much when I do on the skin, I do the same thing. As I say, I don't really like. You can go like this too. You see the way I do, like. I don't know. There's no right or wrong, my friends. Here we are. The only one thing, don't go too deep and don't go outside the lines. Not for the small ones, because it'll be hell on earth to fix them. All right. Again, I'm just warming up. You see, I'm not even like I'm trying different things for me to see how it works. Like I can go super fast, and I want to make sure I don't go out the lines like this. Because I kind of know where my needles are. Go like this. You can go cross hatching too. So cross hatching will be like this, right? You go like this, and then you go like this. It's kind of practicing the drag in one direction, another direction. It's always use fake skin, man. Yeah, nice. Is that clean? It is clean. It's getting cleaner. Okay, yeah. Actually, this is a pretty big Art Is Pain. But that's the size I want to do on my body, so I guess I went with this size. I was clean a little bit up here. Here we are. How cool that is. How cool! Do the R. Yep. Follow the lines. This needle is so good, man. You see the amount of ink and the flow? It's crazy comparing with the other one. And the other one, there's nothing wrong with the other one, it's just designed wrong. Huh, well that's kind of wrong, right? And what's wrong about it is the diameter of the tip. The amount of ink goes out. That's what it is. Look at this. Nice. Look how clean it gets. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. Not bad, my friends. That's my Russian accent. Yeah, my accent, it's pretty Russian in one way. We are part of a Russian regime. That's why we're under the communist regime, I guess. Because Russia made sure to. And again, we are Latin. Romania is a Latin country, Latin language. But being bordered with Russia, we said rr, rr. So that's why Eastern Europeans, regardless I'm Latin, I'm still gonna talk with our accent. Like something like a Polish or Albanian or any other countries that are part of Russia or close to Russia, because that's the pronunciation. There's nothing wrong or right. I mean, of course, it's easy those days to just perfect the diction if I want, or my accent, I should say, not the diction. But I'm not curious about that, because that it will lose my identity. Not that it matters. I think have an accent, it's something that who you are. Ooh, look at this one. It's getting there, my friends. And that's kind of a nice warm-up, man. And I'm very confident now if I put this thing on my skin, it's gonna be spotless. Because already I have a muscle memory from this. Bang. The quality of the video is okay. People are still watching. So pretty much now I'm practicing to stay inside the lines. You see? Yeah, man, look at the flow on this needle, man. Yep, still has ink. There you go, finish. So I went from there to there with one fill of ink. Hold on, let me clean this one for 1 second. I'm still running on 7 voltage here. All right. There you go, nice and clear. Yeah. Perfect. So that's another good thing for, let's say, for practicing on face skin, is to understand your, well, machines, the speed you work on, and the needles. Like what kind of needles are better for what, you know, you can, because you can do as many mistakes you want. You can take your time, you can, literally you can just figure out what's better for you, and if you, the speed and everything, when that shit works and with the speed of your hand, that's what you're gonna do on people too, man. Look at this. Yes, sir. Beautiful. Alright, how is this one working? Yeah, next time probably gonna do, I mean, this is simple. Pretty much, if you see how it's done a little bit, it's the same. But next time I'm gonna do some, I'm gonna do something more realistic, I guess. Yeah. Look at this. And another thing with the face skin, if you go very closely here, I don't know if I can get it more closer. You're gonna see some in between. It's not like really filled up, right? I mean, you can see every single little stroke there. Well, the skin doesn't do that. The skin is still spreads out. So all this thing is gonna be pretty much pitch black. And I don't really have to go over so many times because this one, it's just like a deck skin, right? So any stroke stays there, doesn't manipulate the ink, the outcome of the ink, let's say, right? So whatever I do here, it stays the same. But on a real life, on the skin, this will be pitch black now, all that. And again, when you tattoo, you stretch it, right? So you stretch it, the amount of black you're gonna put in, and when you release it, it's just gonna get intense. And super, I should say super saturated, yeah. Super saturated, my friends. And I tell you what, phenomenal. All right. Let's do something here. Let's do something freehand. Ooh, ooh! I didn't have a picture in front of me, but we can do it. Share something. All right, perfect. Do something really fast. Actually, let me make it faster. Let's see how this one works. Like, ooh! Oh man, that part goes really fast, man. Oh, and I have to show on the other side. Oh, it didn't go through. On this one, it didn't go through. Normally, well, I kind of pinch it only. That's why. There you go. Yeah, so the faster the machine now, so I increase the speed, I need to go faster, because if I do this on a skin like this, pretty much I will just cut the skin up. We're gonna do an eye. Well, this one would have been nice, a three liner. Stupid. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't work like this. You see, like the going faster, it's kind of. Let's see. That could work. Nice clean line. It's all about the speed of the very welcome, Apocalypse. Very, very welcome. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Keep an eye on my page. I'm gonna be doing a lot of these bad boys, man. Thank you for watching. And enjoy your dinner, by the way. You see this style? Shattering. You wonder how people do the dots? That's how they do them, man. Look. But that's good. Like stuff like this, it's just good to, you know. Just practice your flow, I guess. Yeah, I've been tattooing so many eyes, man. I kind of know where everything goes now. You'll see how cool this is gonna look if I finish it. I should have used one liner for this, but again, it's me having fun. What else we're gonna do today? Yeah, people, let's see. There's some texture here. Another block here. Trust me, it's gonna be a lot of black there. I know it looks. Gonna bring some shine on the top, like this is gonna be the shine. Look at this bad boy. Yeah, well, I mean, pretty much, yeah, how do I know how deep? Well, pretty much I know how much the needle is out, and I kind of, my hand, it tells me where it is, right? So I know, like, look, the same consistency, right? Yeah, I kind of feel it, I guess. It's one of those things that you can't just go too deep. And again, that's why the fake skin is good to practice on. That's exactly, to get, the fake skin is not about doing something perfect. Like again, this is whatever it is, the one I done here. It's not about doing it perfect. I mean, of course, in the end you should, if you want to spend time and do something perfect. But the whole thing with the face skin in general, is the fact that you want, hold on a second. Oh, yeah, you want that's how you learn. You learn the strokes, the you know, how you work on it. You can observe a line, right? Texture, then you can observe a line if it's consistent. Right? There you go. Nice and clean. You can observe the line if it's consistent. You can play around, like, you see, like what I do here? Pretty much I'll do the same on the skin. And why? Because this is a texture, right? So when you do texture, as you can see on the skin, you kind of pinch it. Now again, yeah, pretty much I think that's how it works. Like I know how much, I feel it, and I kind of know from here to here how much I go. Like everything is from my fingers, and that's, you know, and sometimes, like I'll put my finger on this one, or I even have it like this. You see, like my thumb is here. Put this one on my thumb. I stretch with this one. I stretch the skin, and then if I do something very precise, with the same speed, right? So pretty much that's the fake skin about it, and that's again, that's what I always tell people. That's how you should do, man. Practicing on fake skin is not bad. Again, there are different better fake skins, man. So give me 1 second. 1 second, my friend. I have this fake skin. This is my son. My son tattooed this one. I think it's his first tattoos. I never even show him anything. That's his tattoos. Anyway, again, this is different type of fake skin. You see how thick it is? Like I'm talking is, look how thick it is. With this one, so what I'm trying to show you is, this is way better fake skin. Now with this one, the stencil is kind of, you know, weird, but this one has this is more like a skin. It's a pleasure, man, to tattoo on this. So nice, so nice. So this one actually reacts better than that one. It was more expensive. I don't know, I just buy them on eBay. I just kind of buy everything, try them and see what's. So this one is way, way, way better. Way, way, way better. But then again, I mean, this is the one-liner, so I don't want to break another three-liner to do stuff. So one-liner is totally different than three-liner. It's good to practice. Oh, shit. Straight line. Parallel line. Another one. There you go. Again, this is one liner. It seems like, I don't know if you guys can see it. It kind of cuts the skin. The speed is too much. Like I wouldn't tattoo with this in that speed. So for this kind of skin, I'll go like here. This is a 7 volts now. I think before I had it on 8 or 7.5. Now it's 7. Let's see how the line goes. So if I go slowly, I need to kind of slow my hand as well, right? There you go. Which works better with a lower speed. It works better for this skin. But then that's why it's good to have different types of face skin, because every part of the body is different. So this machine, for instance, like this one, right? This kind of skin, if I go with that fast, I'll cut the skin up. Now on this one, it doesn't. So that probably, again, that's why you learn on different skin. I hope my answer is okay, I guess. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm talking since 1 year mostly. Yeah, I mean, see, the thing is, the problem with the like 3 liner, it's a very safe needle. Again, 1 liner on a skin, if you don't do it right, yo, it bleeds in so much. Like your line, by mistake, you go too deep, that's already is gonna spread out. It's very, 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 very weird. 1 liner is very particular, man. I mean, that's kind of like a Chicano style. They use that 1 liner, and it's very, very particular way to tattoo with them. Like it literally is, you have to learn, like exactly what I'm doing now, the depth. It's super important, man. Super, super important, because it's so easy to, and it's so easy to, you know, to destroy somebody's skin. And sometimes I always suggest, if you want to kind of start, well, the fake skin, it's only for you to practice your moves. It's not your skin. So now, to really want to kind of practice something, you'll have to tattoo yourself, or member, family, or a friend. Say, listen, let me try something. If it's not gonna come out nice, I'm gonna fix it when I get better, and stuff like that. That's the way to do. Because to me, I went from skin to face skin, so I kind of know what I'm doing and how deep and blah blah blah. So that's why it's always good. And 1 year, every needle works different, and again, every needle depends on the machine and the body part, man. Like inner skin, like inner biceps, that type of skin, it's so weird. For instance, it's so easy to cut it up. Fingers, very, very, very easy to cut it up. Now when you tattoo elbow, it's a weird place to work, man. And then again, what you do with that, you slow down the machine, or you speed up the machine, right? So when it comes to that, it's the needle, the speed, your technique, the speed of machine, the skill. Again, not everybody is different. Somebody, like for instance, somebody goes to the gym, the skin is very, very, like somebody is like a bodybuilder, the skin is very thin. I mean, that's normal, right? So they don't have any fat, I guess. So it's very, very easy to cut the skin up. And it happens. I've seen it on again. You don't want that, man. So that's why the face skin and then the skin, to practice on the skin too. Like for me right now, I'm doing this, of course, to do a live video and to loosen up my hand, practice my strokes, blah 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 blah. It's good to practice, man. You can never be too short of practicing, you know? Never. Let's see how this one works. I mean, I'll just start doing that highlight randomly, but it's gonna come out nice. I mean, I don't want to finish it. I just want to kind of show you guys how. Oh, let me put the thing here. Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna need somebody to help me out eventually with all this. It's kind of hard to focus here, to answer questions, to zoom in. I mean, it's not hard. I just don't have to rush it, I guess. I mean, for this I'll use a Magnum, I say, or a 3-liner for this size, for what I'm doing. But of course I'm not going to do that right now, because one is perfect for what I need to practice. Yeah, I've been tattooing so many eyes I can kind of know what is going on here. I don't need a reference. But then again, it's just a random eye, I guess, so it's nobody's eye, so you can't really destroy it. If I have to tattoo somebody's eyes or an expression, I'll use a reference. But yeah, doing freehand stuff, it's fun on face skin. On the skin, something like this, the problem with that one is, it's doable, but not the size, or depends what part of the body, because when you stretch, or the person is gonna stretch his body part to whatever it is on the arm, all this is gonna distort. So all this freehand, whatever I'm doing here, as you can see, is like, it looks cool, but on a real skin, it's gonna be a little bit more of a challenge. It's doable. Look at this. Ha! How about that? How about that, my friends? How about that? Here we are. It's pretty cool. No necessary. I mean, pretty much I don't really outline it. I just kind of, as I explained earlier, I'm kind of mapping it out. And depends what it is. I don't really need to. Like generally, if it's something black like this, I don't hear. Yeah, I'll go with black. And why? Because already you put a shadow in. When you go black over, already you go black over a shadow. So it's like mixing the black with the shadowing. So that black is not black, right? So if you want something pitch black. So if it's something pitch black, always go with black. Now, if it's something I have to build like this one, I'll just build it up. Like I'll go with shadow and then do the darks at the end. And of course, after that, the highlights. But I'll do, like, if it'll be something like this, for instance, I'll do midtones. And most of my tattoos, if you go on my page, you'll see some of them, they say first session. So first session, what it means, for instance, that one, right? So this one, let's say, for instance, I'll map it out. Like right now, I'll do my midtones, and that's a map, right? So I'll finish it and say, okay, let it heal, and then next time it comes back, I'll do the sculpting. Sculpting means I got a pitch black like this, like pitch, and then I'm gonna start reinforcing stuff, right? So I know this is the shading, it's perfect the way it healed. This is it, so I need just black here, and then I'm gonna need to, like, you know, the highlight stuff, right? I mean, I wouldn't do usually like 2 sessions for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 sessions for big tattoos. But even stuff like this, man, if you really want something super cool and clean, like anything else, man, going twice over, always tell my client to come back to let me reinforce it like see the way here, and it just sits nice and clean. Because, so yeah, I go like midtones. Always I use midtones, and then I just sculpting. Like when the sculpting part, it goes darks and a lot of highlights. Like again, this is like texture. You see like here, so obviously here is nothing, and this is the part of the skin. So then this will be the part. So sculpting is gonna be in the right places, let's say, like what I want to push out now, right? So pretty much what am I accentuating, like the eyelashes. And for this, actually, I'll use a 3RS, like a 3 open round, because you can get like really weird, cool textures. You know, like the pigments of the skin, the texture of the skin, you know. So with a 3 liner, 3 open, you can do really cool stuff. I mean, the one liner I wouldn't use for this. I'll do probably like a, you know, like an eye like this. You see, that's why. So anyway, for something like this one liner is perfect. For this one, of course, it's amazing. It just takes longer time, and you know, sometimes I still need for the texture. It's kind of hard to get, you know, everything perfect. Because the texture has to be, there you go. I hope that answered the question. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, if I work in rallies, I start from the bottom up to don't lose the stencil. Secondly, depends on the size. Depends on the size. It's obviously sessions. If it's something big, I'll do per sessions. And I mean, again, on face skin here, I work fast because there's nothing to regret if I mess something up, right? Now, on a client, you can't really do that, man. And it's not you can't. There's no room of error. You get paid to don't do errors. And that's why you have face skin to learn on it, you know? But if you go on my page, I mean, you are on YouTube, just check the rest of the videos. You can see sometimes I have, I don't know, 4 or 5 sessions, you know? And again, on the first session, I scratch it up, and people are like, oh, this is horrible. This is like, yeah, man, it's first session. Why would I sit there and spend like 20 hours to try to do something perfect when actually I don't need to be perfect? I need to have texture. And the texture is like this. I can leave this one alone on a client. He comes back, and everything I need is there. Like for instance, I want to do this kind of a, you know, the texture in here. So I'm gonna start accentuating stuff like this. So that's why the sessions are good. Again, not for something like this small, but yeah, always work in session. Always, 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 and always. I have free sessions with all my tattoos. The clients always suggest them to come back. They have about 6 to 1 year. After 4, 5, 6 months to come back, I'll touch them up. And it's not because the tattoo is not perfect. It's because I want my tattoo on that client, and that client to show it to other people, obviously over time, to have it nice in years and years and years and years. And usually the body, you see like this, look how much texture you start doing there. Usually the body rejects part of the ink. It's normal. So what happens is you reinforce it, which is common sense. It's like painting a wall, right? If somebody works in constructions, they know what's going on. You paint a wall, you do 1 coat or 2 coats. I'm gonna need another 4th coat, right? You do that. Or sometimes you paint the whole wall white, and then you go over and still have to do 2, 3 sessions. So it's the same thing with the tattoo. Now, again, if that wall, the sun hits it after a year or 2 or 3, it gets bleached out, so you go over again. It's the same thing with the tattoo. The difference is, if you do it twice, it's only that much black you can saturate, and that's why 2 sessions on anything, like even this one, I'll do 2 sessions. I mean, all my tattoos I have here up. As you can see, this is only like I mapped it out. Pretty much, this is physically midtones, right? I put some white, but that's only testing something. I'm gonna go back on this, and I'm gonna do black and white only. I have enough of midtones. Like I have enough midtones here. I don't need anything else. I need only light, a lot of light like white and a lot of dark. Everything else I don't need. So this be 2 sessions. So it's the same thing with this, for instance. It's the same thing with that one too. But that's on me. I'm just testing, I'm just trying, I'm just learning. And that's why I do stuff like this. But as you can see, why it's important. And again, there's nothing wrong to do that, man. It's encouraging. I know it costs more money to blah blah blah, set up, whatever. But you know what? It's part of the job, I guess. You know, you want your tattoos to be nice for years. I remember, I mean, I have people they say, oh, I saw your tattoo on this guy on a plane. It looks phenomenal. I can't believe it was 5 years old, healed, and it's like, yep, there you go. And that's what you want. You know, you want to stand the time. Because our body and the sun, or whatever it is, we lose 7 layers of skin per year, I guess, or whatever, how it works. You know, it's not like you lose them, the tattoo is still on the skin, but you put a layer over layer over layer so that it just gets lighter. It's common sense. I mean, it's common sense. Not because your black is not the blackest, but then when you saturate it, that kind of, it forces to just be crisp. And if you know, like Bob Tyler, like you look at his stuff for Rallings, for instance, portraits, you see the way he sculpts the details, you know? Yeah, like a one-liner for this is perfect for this kind of stuff I'm doing now. You see like really cool little details. I mean, again, I wouldn't do this stuff on a client, man. I wouldn't go and do freehand like this because I know I'm not gonna be able to do it perfect. Like I'm just talking like blindly freehand like now, you know. I probably I'll just map something with a marker. I do the shapes with a marker. If I want to do something freehand, but I don't really do it, not because I can't. It's just I want to make sure I don't do mistakes, man. Now if I have to do like something like a back piece and whatever it is, and it's yeah, it's different. But on the small scale like this, you know, easy to do tattoo something crooked or like uneven because the body is just, when it stretches, you don't know where it is. I mean, think about it. I have this and now suddenly I do this. I mean, what the heck is going on? I mean, okay, so that's, you don't know. So to see it flat like this, it's easy because it doesn't distort. So it's easy for me to just show you guys, oh, look at this, what I'm doing in eye with freehand, blah, 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 blah. It's super easy, but I wouldn't do it on a client. I'll do it myself, maybe. I need to, which I don't actually. Any more questions? Let's see. Anyway, let's see how this one looks. So again, this was a warm-up. It's nothing to be proud of it, but I kind of covered some cool stuff to get ideas together. No bad, no bad. Okay. I still haven't tried on this one the white to see how actually white stands on against the black on this. I haven't tried any, because for something like this I'll use white to put some highlights and, you know, push out the. It's very important for something like this. You see the way I'm using my hand to go with the flow, like with the shape. It's really important. Like if you do, to give that kind of a, you always kind of have to go with the shape, right? And I show why. Let's see. Here we are. Yeah, what up, Frank? Yep. It's live, brother. I'm gonna start doing videos again, brother. I need to, man. I'm gonna start doing all these my live videos, as you know. It's 2022 this time. I wanna start this year. I wanna work a lot on projects, so doing live videos, tutorials, the same like a few years ago. How you been? It's good to see people back on my channel saying hello. Here we are. Now, you see the way I'm tattooing? That's another thing. See, like I always keep this one here. I don't want to do this because initially, don't ever start tattooing face skin and you start moving your stuff around, because you can do this. I'm gonna do this here. No, don't do that. What's going on? Is my internet slow? What's going on? Slow internet, stop doing what? Whatever. So anyway, yeah, don't do this. Just keep learning to do, to move your hand, you know, to get your flow here. Don't turn around the fake skin only to, because you can't do that with a client, man. I mean, I can move around myself, you know, which, like this. Yeah, I can move my body around, but I'm not gonna move my canvas around only to get it to work nice, right? Because if you start doing this and you learn like that, you're gonna have a lot of troubles when you have clients. So what you do, you need to warm up your wrist. That's the whole point, is just, you know, move your wrist, you know, try to learn all these movements. The long strokes, small strokes, so it's all, you know, so that's what you need to learn. Anyway, that's kind of like a freehand eye, which is so much to be done on this, but it's enough for today. Just want to kind of say hello to people. I want to make sure that I warm up for me and for future projects. Even doing live videos and talking by myself here, it's not something very easy. It's definitely not something very easy. I'm still kind of thinking to get an apprentice or something and then help me out with all this stuff. Well, apprentice can learn, help me out with the filming, with setting up and stuff. It's a lot of work, man. Even to do a video like this, by the time I set up everything, it's a lot of work. And it's tiring. But, I mean, I need to be consistent, so. Anyway. Well, I think the thing, Frank, the thing with the perfect eyes is just practice, man. Practice, 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 practice. And the practice is just look at different types of eyes. I mean, this is freehand, but yeah, it's the thing with the eyes, know what you do. I think the hardest part is to get that emotion, you know? The tattooing, I mean, this is an eye. If it's cool, yeah. Does it have any emotion? No, I mean, it does look like, oh, I'm scared, whatever it looks like. But I don't know, you know, if you found like a sexy girl's eyes or whatever, or a guy like angry, or you need, that's actually you need references, you know? And to practice them, you just practice, bro. Keep practicing and practicing and practicing. I mean, probably I've been tattooing over 200 eyes in my period of my tattooing, drawing, painting eyes. So it's, you know, I kind of have a knowledge of where is what and how, but that doesn't mean anything else. Like, it's, if I have to tattoo somebody's eyes, I tattoo as a portrait. So every single detail, the stencil, you know, this is just, I know where everything goes. Like, I know, okay, that has to be black there, has to be black here, the light comes from here, you're gonna have a white out there, there, the shadow goes that way, then you have a highlight here. So I know where it goes. So if the light goes from here, for instance, again, I didn't do much on this, I didn't bother with that, but if the light comes from here, there's gonna hit here, it's gonna be here, and then it's gonna be very dark here, right? Because the eye goes this concave, right? So then it's gonna be dark here, then the shadow of this, the eyelashes, they're gonna come here. Don't forget, they're gonna be shadows here. As you can see through here to the highlights, if you look at the tattoos, sorry, at the eyes itself, there you go. It should be like this, right? But then it needs highlights. Then should be more white there, darker here. And you have like a little bit shadow here on the back. Then from here, then, if the light goes from this direction, then what you do, it's gonna get darker here underneath, right? So this is a lot lighter, and then it's just gonna get darker here. Like if you wanna have like a dramatic effect, for instance, right? Probably I should do a lot more of this kind of freehand stuff. I mean, it's so much fun, man. Because it's like a painting. You don't have to worry about if it's good or not. You can't fail. It's nothing to fail when you just do off something, you know. It's, as long as it looks like an eye. I mean, it kind of does, I guess. And then dark, if it goes from here, then you're gonna have a lot more darker here and more darker here. I'll show you right now. You create a more dramatic look, I guess. Everything is in shadows, man. The depth of everything in realism, it's shadows. It's the light source, the direction of the light source, and the amount of depth, the dark you wanna put in. There you go. No bad. No bad. I mean, again. Oh, demonstrate on fingers? Jesus, I mean, I have to tattoo fingers, I guess. Like this. That's about, where am I? Here. Okay, hold on. That's about 4 years old, I guess. I'm on the sun all day fishing. Oh, by the way, talking about fingers. So by mistake, I done a dot here because I didn't pay attention. I went very deep. You see how much is spread out like a tiny dot instead to be like a super little dot? That's how they spread. So it kind of spreads in. Those, I'll go over this one. I mean, this is like 4 years old. Those are 2 or 3 years old. They clean. That's what fingers are. This one, well, where am I? Hold on, let me put some Vaseline on this. There you go. So this is done, again, the same thing 4 years ago. I didn't touch it up. Generally, again, I will touch this one up, heavy white. So that's the finger. Falling out, this is a part of the body, it was pinchy, ink falls out, but that's okay, you go over it. So that's the difference with fingers, which, again, fingers is the same thing like here, right? It doesn't stay on, which here is just a line is a line. This line is exactly the same like here. No difference. The difference is that the skin is different. So it's the same thing. Now, if it's gonna stay in, yeah, of course, if I go over, it's just gonna stay in. Again, I prefer to, I mean, I didn't do this one, but I prefer, when you do fingers, you want them to fade out, then to, what do you call that? Then to just bleed out. If you do something like this is done. Like you can't, if all this thing bleeds out, you can't do nothing. Like if the ink start running here, it's done, right? Yeah, that's what's the fingers. I mean, there you go. Like this is like 4 years old, man. So yeah, I hope that helps with the question. I mean, help with the thing. But one day, I mean, I'm gonna start tattooing myself more live. So then I can show you exactly what's going on. I need to do my fingers. I'm gonna put a ship, a lighthouse. I don't even know what I'm gonna put. But it's totally different. Totally different tattooing my fingers. I'll totally, the speed of the machine, I'll use different machines. It's just crazy. The fingers is just totally weird. Like to use this machine for my fingers, I don't know. I'll have to try a little bit. If not, I'll go to my classic machines, you know. I hope that answered the question. So that's for today, I guess. That's like a warm-up, kind of a figure out stuff. That's again, if it's from the beginning, there's just blah, blah, blah. If it's good, no, I'll go with the three rounds. I go do nice texture. I go with white. I pinch it out. I mean, this is only to kind of show you guys what's going on. And again, this is my first live video in a few years, so I gonna need to start practicing. I'm gonna try to kind of, at least, as I say, every second day or even every day if I can, get up and start doing stuff. Probably start preparing in advance, put designs, let you guys know what's gonna be next day. And like, as long as I have time, and I kind of try this year to do a lot of these projects, so focus on my art this year, like literally that's it. Drink and focus on my art. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the session because it's fun. Pretty much I'm gonna start tattooing myself now. Gonna take a break, have a smoke, eat, and then probably gonna start tattooing myself. I guess I'm gonna film that session and post it up later or whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's see what everybody says before they leave. Hold on. Oh, the katana. Well, that one, talking about the katana, that one, the second day I tattooed my finger, I got a hurricane and I had to deal for 3 days in a row, pulling the boats out, ropes, tightening up the boats. So that one wasn't good enough for my thing. Then I done it again and I went fishing with this hand. But it's still there. You see the way that one spreads? I'm gonna go back into this. I'm gonna retouch on my fingers, so I'm not even worried about it. This is stuff that I'll do myself. I'm not worried about it. I know it's gonna look phenomenal, you know. But that's the stuff. That's the fingers are very, very, very. And again, even on fingers, it's totally different here and here. It's totally different here. That skin is super, super, super thin compared to this type of skin. And don't forget, I'm here in the sun of Miami every day. I'm out boating, fishing. I don't take care of anything, water. I don't put any. So it is what it is, you know. I still think they heal phenomenal for what it is. I hope that answered the questions. Any more questions? Let's see. Yeah, ninjas. Yeah, very welcome, every one of you, man. Very welcome. I mean, that's why I'm here, man. I love sharing knowledge, I guess. It doesn't hurt, man. It doesn't hurt. People should. Why wouldn't I, you know? Why wouldn't we share? Sharing is caring, you know? But yeah, I end up doing next time I'm gonna do magnums, and I'm gonna like, this is only a warm-up. Next time I'm gonna start getting more prepared and start doing I'm gonna start doing a tattoo from the beginning to end with everything technique. Like, I'm gonna use magnums, blah blah blah. This is just was for me to warm up for my logo, to tattoo on myself. So I was like, you know what, let's go live, and then this way I can get back into live videos as well while I'm still doing something, because I would have done this one regardless, you know. So, but this is more fun. All right, ninjas, have an amazing, beautiful, superb pink evening, day, whatever, who's where, from what country, from places. And I'll see you tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Literally this year, that was my resolution for this year, to start having at least 200-300 videos posted up with tattoos for this year. It's a challenge, but guess what? If I don't do it, who's gonna do it? Thank you, guys. Time for the dojo. Yes, guys, yes. All right, ninjas. Thank you. Have a nice, beautiful, amazing, superb evening. I'll see you tomorrow, the art of tomorrow. Keep an eye on my page. Make sure that if you want to see more, just, I don't know, I think it's the bell on that. I don't even know how it works with the YouTube. You can do whatever you want. Be cool. Don't